Ah. You ready? It's ready. Oh wow, you can do all that with your phone? Holy crap. I can?
Yeah, I can show you.
Alright, well, not right now. We're doing this. Yeah.
It helps like cut out the...
Wow.
But there we go, that's what I was going for.
Oh, that was awesome. Definitely
So you
send me
can
that
actually
one.
see
Yeah. Her phone was able to cut out all the glare, so she got it actually glowing inside the forge.
Yeah, I can show you how to do that.
Yes, please. I love learning.
There you go. Perfect. I had Angela came over on Friday. A friend of mine. She's
How did that go?
she enjoyed it, but she was disappointed because she only got about a third of the way through in 2.5 hours. But she was working very slowly.
Okay.
I told her, she kept asking me, how long should this take? How long should
Well, it's just how long it takes.
She never asked me how long it takes me because I've been doing it for a while, so I'm used to it.
Is it 5 minutes?
The gentleman that taught me was 30 years a Navy SEAL. He started doing it because he loved it, but it was also therapeutic for him for all of the he had not seen and never done. But
Yeah.
one of the things that he told me early on, he came and visited me one time, and I sat and watched him make a beautiful knife in 3 hours. Just raw steel, all the way to a fully forged out, ready to go knife that was ready.
Ready to stab and slice.
And I said, holy cow. I said, how long would it take me to do this? He said, take you a week easy. The reason is you don't know all those techniques. You don't have all that practice in. You haven't learned that feel. But that doesn't mean anything. That's me, it's not you. You're going to learn how to do it yourself. It will come along. So there is no set time. But the biggest thing you're going to learn, like what Bill was saying, you're going to get an education today, whether you like it or not. in order of operations.
Yeah.
And most people never think about that, but it comes into play in so many other things. I try to teach my nephews and my boys that the order of operations happens in everything. And I took them to the grocery store and showed them, we have an order of operations. This is how we do it, and this is the reason we do it. Right. This just causes you to step out of your comfort zone and then start to think about, oh yeah, order of operations.
Yeah.
This before I try to do that. That's how this begins.
Makes sense.
So your material is ready to go.
I was trying to do the thing with the ribbon.
We were trying.
Do it from this side. So come this way.
Oh.
There you go. And you're
Oh,
gonna
that
lift it
makes...
up, and then let it walk over the top. So put it in like that.
Oh, okay.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And I still have hair on my arms.
For now. Still currently hair on my arms. Oh. Okay.
You can, whichever side you want, you just keep working it. You'll get the feel for where the material is moving and what it's doing. So you're loosen the tongs.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, get it to where it feels good. I noticed that too. Because if you like grab something wrong and you start hammering, you're...
There you go. Now you've got it.
Look at breaking it. I know I'm not.
Well, it doesn't help that all that stuff falls off and you're like, that happened to me too. And he's like, no, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm not doing anything like that.
It still feels like that the first time. You're like, holy shit, I broke it.
It's pure oxidation. Think of it as hot rust, because that's really what it is.
Wow, okay, yeah. Hammer those red vines.
You're pulling the corners over, which is perfect.
Yeah, I can kind of see that those are getting a little more flat.
I think it was about the fifth or sixth time I pulled it out, beat the shit out of it, and put it back, that I could actually see how flat it was but only in the furnace. When I took it out of the furnace, I was like discouraged. Like, I'm not getting anywhere. And then I put it in the furnace, like, oh, I'm making progress.
And everybody does it the same way. When
Sorry.
Bill started hammering the first time, he was very kind of gentle with it, wanting to know what's going on.
Like, I don't want to mess anything
You're
up.
picking up your strength and
Yeah.
your strikes. Angela did the same thing on Friday.
She's already like, oh!
You learn, it's like, oh, this is not fragile.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to break your tongs when I hit the thing.
Oh my
Okay.
God, this is a 150-year-old piece of something or other. I don't want to break that.
I'm going to destroy this if I touch it. As soon as it gets harder, stick it back in. What'd you say cold forging was? 8 to 9?
Cold forging is anywhere from 800 to about 1100 degrees. When it's at temperature in there, you're pulling it out. It's between 17 and 1900 degrees that we're working the material. So this piece is still hot enough.
Yeah.
So if you look at the top compared to the bottom of it, that's what I'm noticing, especially.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So that is still hot enough.
Yeah. You've got both gloves on because I had to put another glove on. I kept wanting to touch it. It's like, I'm going to really mess myself up if I do that.
Now I get nervous enough to take the shit out of the oven.
Yeah. Where this is like 5 ovens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That looks good.
Kind of sealing the stuff. I like how it becomes like smoother.
Yeah. You're making her lift the door, but I enjoyed the challenge of trying to get it in the hole.
I feel like I'm gonna burn something.
No, it's all about finesse.
Yeah.
This hobby really encapsulates both brute force and finesse at the same time.
Brute force, I can do things with. Like,
Yeah,
like break my pantry door, but
the guy at my work already wants to come over here. I'm like, well, I'll ask him, Brett. Every time we go to the Renaissance Festival, I go over to the forges. Yeah, me too.
I don't have a problem with people coming.
I just met this guy, and so far he's all right. I like Brett. So if it's okay with you, I'll definitely bring him over.
Yeah. When you feel
Yeah.
it's at that point,
Yeah.
you go ahead and put it back in.
Because at this point now, he's just guiding you. I noticed that you did that with me, where it was a lot of instructions, but then after a while, you just kind of let me go, and that was like, yeah.
You have to get your feel for it. Again, you can go to see different blacksmiths and you can pay for classes and things like that, and they'll do different things, but for the most part, it's going to be the same way. Here's how you do it. Go ahead and get started.
This is the horn. This is the...
I'm going to want you to do things because you got to get the feel. If you're going to go, hey, that feels weird. Hey, I just tried this and it did that. Good. Okay, so now you understand, and this is the direction to go with it. That's the whole point of it. This is one of those things that you really can only learn by doing. You can understand the basic mechanics. You can read all the books, but until you get to do it, it's all like you said, Bill. It's all Chinese until somebody gets you to do it.
All right. So far, so good?
And this is the world's best cigar lighter.
Yeah.
I posted videos at least once a season. I'll post a video of me lighting a cigar.
Just because you can.
How hot is it?
This hot? Hot enough to burn your ass. Yeah. Oh, that was good.
I lit. Somebody came over. We were working, and they wanted to know how hot the outside of the forge was. And they were cigarette smokers. I said, give me your cigarette.
Please hear it.
There you go. That's how hot it is.
That hot. Burn your hand more than you ever want to.
So the mechanics of what you're doing, we're taking the material to about 18 to 1900 degrees. So we're not taking it to a melting temperature.
Right.
We're really not taking it to a forged welding temperature yet. You're taking it to a temperature where we soften the material that it is now pliable, but still strong. And you can move it and you can ask it to do the things that you want it to do. Something I always tell people, and the reason why I use my therapy, what was presented to me as by John, the steel will never lie to you. You just have to listen to what it's telling you. It will tell you before it's going to fracture and come apart. You have to pay attention to what it's doing. The other thing for me with this whole effort is when you take that piece of metal out and you're holding that tong with 1800 degrees of material, you're no longer thinking about the argument I had with a coworker, that person that cut me off down the street, any of the rest of that. You're focused on this.
Not melting your skin.
Not losing your hair.
What I like about this is the fact that now my conscious mind is focused on I have to pay attention to this.
Yeah.
My subconscious mind now gets a chance to, what I refer to as the 3-year-old with a pot and a spoon running around in the back of the house, gets the opportunity to start working on other things because it doesn't have any responsibilities now. This, conscious mind says do this, subconscious mind go do whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah, it's definitely important to find something that
It's the
Oh,
freedom.
yeah.
tune everything out with.
It's a great escape, and the fact that if I come out here and do it for 8 hours, I could probably sweat off 10 pounds.
Well, it gives into the thing of that why blacksmiths are so angry when you interrupt them. They're in a zen,
Get into a zone.
Yeah.
Speaking of, can I tell this real quick? Well, I'm at work yesterday. We're driving around. Guests locked themselves out of a room. By chance, 2 of us responded to the same call, which doesn't normally happen, but I was in the area anyway, and I wanted to see if I could do some help. It's by the big waterfall that's like 2 stories high that I took a little 20-second video of, and there's 3 women, like 2 friends and a daughter. And, oh, here, let me take your picture for you. This is the best selfie spot in the, the whole resort. And as we're talking and I'm, making them laugh, and she's like, we really love Phoenix. Everybody here is so happy. They're in such a good mood. They can't wait to share jokes with you. It's like, well, you're lucky enough to be coming back. You're lucky enough to be here in November. We just had 9 months of 110-degree heat. We're the happiest goddamn people in America right now for November.
That's right. We're excited because it got down to like 40 degrees the other day. Woo-hoo.
I had to put my jacket on. I know it was only 62, but I had to put my jacket because that's the, we don't even think about that. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's right. November really is the happiest time to be in Phoenix because all of us collectively, without saying a word, are like, it's not hot anymore. My car's not 900
The only
degrees.
reason we get excited in July and August is because then we get to watch the news and somebody says, it broke 100 degrees in New York City. We
Yeah, only 100?
And then you get, my favorite is, because I work with folks all across the country.
Yeah.
And so you're on the Zoom calls. Oh yeah, but it's a dry. Well, most of the folks that work with me know I do this, and I just don't say, yeah, so's the forge, and I don't sit there either.
I don't sit in front of it.
About 100 degrees and 90% humidity.
That's, yeah.
Come here when it's 115 degrees, monsoon season.
Oh,
You're not gonna want it. You're gonna
in
go
July and
running
August.
back to
But
New
that's
York
if we
City.
get a monsoon season.
Oh, yeah.
Last couple of years.
It's been
Well,
gross.
The monsoon season now shows up in October.
Yeah.
Or November.
And it shows,
They're
it's
handing
earlier.
it to us.
It's getting weird, but that's okay though too. I just find it funny that.
The last couple of years has been a burst, like right between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh yeah, we had another one of those.
Great for bursting.
Yeah. Well, I love talking, like you said, talking to people all over the country, and then, so how's your weather out there? Oh, it's humid, and it's this, and Oh, well, I'm in Phoenix. It's a brisk 112. Why is that brisk? It's not. That's why it's funny.
It is hot.
It's hot as hell.
I put it in there on me.
We live.
In the
Oh, yeah.
words of my relatives, in the words of my people, it's fucking hot.
We live inside the devil's crotch out here in Phoenix.
I used to tell that to people. They say, "How are things in Phoenix?" I said, "Well, it's
hot.
cold, but I can see the gates from here."
Ah, the line's really long. You're not gonna like it.
Two little short guys left about 10 minutes ago. They had a ring and they were looking for someplace to go.
They had a smelly guy with him. I didn't talk to him. He looked sketchy. He looked like he was up to no good. But those other two guys, Humberto and Ramon, they're awesome, dude. They helped me move a bunch of stuff, cleaned up my whole yard. The good illegals, not the bad illegals. All right.
See, it's like
I still say bunk back on the hammer, but if it's feeling better,
at least a
Oh,
16th of
oh,
an inch.
yeah.
Yeah,
oh yeah, you can see
So
it.
you are moving it, and again, as you get more heats into the piece, it will begin to move a little bit easier, and you'll feel it. Because as you reduce the size of it, it heats faster, and it
Yeah.
will tend to move quicker.
It retains heat a lot longer than the first round too. Would it ever reach a point if you left it in there long enough that it would melt, or is that for inside?
Not
the
in
box?
here. I could get that hot enough to do so, but it would require me to do some modifications. My coal forge can get up to about 2,500 degrees very fast. And when you burn steel in a coal forge, you know it because it looks like a 4th of July spark.
Oh God.
You pull it out.
That's what you were
it is
saying.
literally melting, and the sparks are flying off of it like a sparkler.
It's beautiful, but it's making me cry. Oh, God damn it! Oh,
Oh, sorry.
sorry. Just beat it.
Try to keep it even, but I see some progress happening.
Honestly, after about 4 or 5 more back and forth punch slams, then you'll even see more. And that's when even will start to be a real issue. Actually, no, flat will start to be a real issue. Because I got to the point where I got it so long, I couldn't keep all of it on the anvil unless I used it like this. So then you had to like figure out how to. You'll get there in you'll get there in like 20
I can
minutes.
see why sharpness is a concern though. It's like the end of it. I can see that.
Oh yeah. He wasn't kidding. That's why I made mine kind of look like a bent screwdriver or tine from a fork. Oh no! Oops! Get on your fire bed. What are you doing? There.
This is what it started out as. That's what it looks like today.
This is next after hooks. Sweet.
This is, well, all those same things that we're talking about in making the hook. So these two were the same. Okay, these are pieces that came from
Pete's ranch. Woohoo!
So what I did was I compressed this down and drew this out so that I can make this long curve, because that becomes the handle. This is called a blacksmith knife. So it's one piece of material, and it's an old tradition in that it was a way to reuse old files and materials that you couldn't use. Nothing went to waste in the blacksmith shop if you could avoid it.
Makes sense.
It's for stabbing.
When you say you draw something out, what does that entail?
Well, basically, to make this happen, what I did was I was striking it this way and then flattening it back out, because as you take a wide piece like this and you start striking it, it's going to want to curl as much as it's going to want to squish.
Yeah.
So when it starts to curl in on itself, then you flatten it back out again. And then drive it on both sides again, and then flatten it back out. And what that does is that I'm forcing the material down to get into this size of a tail, and that's going to force the material to move. So drawing it out means that I'm taking it from what it is now, using this, and the techniques to make it longer, which is what you have here. So this piece, these were the same size, but because I drew this out, and then we drew this out, this came out to about here, and the reason why I took it long was so that I could then make the twist.
Right. Okay.
So that's the whole point, to draw something out. You're literally, think of it like Play-Doh. When you're a kid, you were drawing out the Play-Doh to make the long snake.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is asking the material to move to where you want it. In this case, we're using heat and the hammer to tell them, the steel, I would like it to come back in, and because it's going to come back in, I'm not losing any material, so it's going to push itself out. So you're going to work to get that.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the only thing that so far it's kind of hard to visualize is getting that like longer.
Yeah,
thinner
and
pieces. Just at the point where right now.
Oh yeah, you've got enough material in that piece that you got there. You could quite literally take that piece and make it 2.5, almost 3 times longer than it is when I gave it to you. So you could take that little piece, and you could run it out that long very easily. Take it down to, you know, 1/8 of an inch square or round, and you could make it very, very long. Because it comes back to the old physics. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed. You can change its, in this case, we're asking it to change its position as opposed to changing its state. So, but that's what we're doing. We're just asking the material to move, and you're using the hammer and the tongs and the anvil to tell it, I'd like you to be here. And that's why I say the steel will not lie to you. It will tell you, yeah, I'm ready to go. And you can feel it when it starts to cool off. It says, nope, I'm no longer ready to do what you'd like me to do.
Exactly.
That's why I say pay attention to it. It will tell you where it's at. And if you look now, you've got a good strong heat in that piece, and it's a little bit brighter than it has been in the last 2 heats.
Yeah,
because it's holding that heat in.
Yeah.
And you can see where you worked on it too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like this end is darker.
But you see how the front of it is like flattened out and you've
Yeah.
pushed it? That's what he was talking about drawing it out.
Gotcha. Yeah, just with the process so far. That's the other thing that I'm concerned
You liking it?
about. Yeah.
Oh, dude. This is awesome. Why haven't we done this before? I need to build a forge in the backyard.
Also worried I'm gonna get too overconfident with holding it and then just like, rub it.
Oh, don't worry. I dropped mine a couple times.
I have got more pairs of shoes with these beautiful holes that are exactly the same size as the
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because even with that oxidation and everything, you can tell there's more of a change happening on this end than the
Yep.
it's a lighter color.
I made a mistake one time demonstrating for somebody how to make the hook before I had them do it. And for like the first hour, they were just so unhappy because it's not looking like it's not moving like it. That's why it's like, I'm not going to go through that because I want people to understand.
This method is the best because you've given the person you're teaching so much freedom.
Yeah. The other nice thing about hand-forged pieces is you cannot, unless you make some very specific tooling, and even then, you cannot make 2 of exactly the same piece.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you're in a professional shop where you've got large systems, I've got large presses, I've got large forges and large hydraulic hammers and things, that's different because then I'm putting it into a die, bam, bam, same piece, bam, bam, same piece.
It gets monotonous. Do you want a hair tie? good. Oh, sorry. Looking good.
Just looking at it.
Get the camera in close. Bang!
Bam! Oh, no.
This has been an educational video.
On what not to do. Tune in to Clown Network next week. Yeah. You can see all of your hammer pound. Not so much in the camera, but on the in real life. Yeah, you can see it on the camera.
Yeah, you probably can a little bit.
Because as soon as you like hit it 900 more times, it'll be flat.
Yeah. That's neat seeing the like the actual like the inside of the material. I don't know how. So.
Yeah. No, you're right. All right, get it back in there. Oh. I'm jumping ahead, sorry. You must record your work.